Hey everybody, it's April Whitlock. I'm the CEO and Ambassador #1 for Fundanoodle, and I'm excited tonight to do our first live. Hopefully we'll have some people show up to see if we can explain some more about our Ambassador program, as well as answer any questions that you may have. I'm excited to get started. So I'm going to type here, while we're going along, if you're looking for information about the Ambassador program, you can go to our website. It's fundanoodle.com/ambassador. And any of the conversation, any of the stuff that we talk about tonight, it'll be easy for you to find on there. So we wanted to have a chance to give you a little bit more information about what we're doing to help little learners and about our products and to answer any questions that you might have. So one thing that'll be important, and you'll see as we go along, is that you definitely want to chime in and say hello, because we're going to be offering a special to anyone who is watching during the real live and wants to end up joining our organization this year. And also, if we have any of our ambassadors who are currently online, we'd love for you guys to chime in the chat and introduce yourself and tell people where you're from. So, just getting started. Fundanoodle, what is that? These behind me, these are our friends. This is Max and Alfie. So Max the monkey over here and Alfie, our buddy. They help carry our theme of having fun while learning for children between the ages of 2.5 to 6. And we focus on those areas for a reason, because all of our products were designed by pediatric occupational therapists and elementary educators. So our focus is to take the best of both of those worlds. We want the best of hands-on learning combined with foundational learning that gets a child ready both mentally as well as physically, like all get their hands, their core, their body ready to go. Hey Stacy, welcome, and Crystal and Trisha. And JoJo, thank you guys for joining us. Summer is from Ohio, and I'll have to shout out, we had our very first national conference this past February in Charlotte. It's our Fiesta, and Summer, who has just signed on, was our very first Spirit of Fundanoodle award winner at that conference. So she's a wealth of information if you're looking for some. But showing you a little bit about our products. So again, like I said, we focus on that 2.5 to 6 years old. And we provide products that are manipulatives, hands-on learning, combined with the books. And I get all confused, I'm backwards, but some of the workbooks. So for example, when we talk about hands-on learning, most popular product we have is our I Can Pound kit. So this thing kids love. Santa brought a lot of these for Christmas this past year. So it's a dense foam board. I always take old ones when I go to conferences and show folks at conferences, because these last forever. And on our Facebook page, people really teachers like to post pictures of them. It's kind of a badge of honor, because it doesn't, it's still, the use is always there. But the coolest thing that you can't feel, because you're not at a show with me, you're at your computer at home, is this hammer is weighted. It's top heavy. So it's designed that the child really has to hold on tight, and it works their grip and their hand strength and their wrist control. So I put one of our pounding pages on that's our capital letter. But when you get a pounding kit, you get 30 fun printed shapes, but you also get all of our uppercase letters, lowercase letters, numbers 0 to 20, and then you can pound anything. You can download preschool dot to dots. So kids, pound this in, really work on all kinds of visual perception, upper body strength, hands, and it's a great exercise at home and in the classroom. Just a few other things to show you. My favorite thing is our scissors. So we want kids to start cutting as early as age 3, because it's a really hard skill and we want them to practice, practice, practice. So we designed these. Here, look at this, here's my shirt. Nothing, but the best part, I love this. Nothing, they don't cut anything. But look, just kind of random piece of paper here, see? Yay! So these scissors rock. We sell them with a book. That's a great tool at home. Really walks parents through how to teach cutting, easy to hard. But we also sell them in 3-packs. In fact, we have a box going out of the warehouse tomorrow with one of our ambassadors just sold 67 3-packs of these scissors to a local school. So that opens up the opportunity, is kind of, how does this work? And, what do you do as an ambassador? So like a typical direct sales channel, you represent our company in your community. Because we know the best way to sell these products is to sit down with a mom or to host some moms at your home or to go to a school and let some teachers play with it. Because as soon as they see our letter builder magnets and see how strong these magnets are, and we're using color cues for kids to work on building their letters, as soon as a mom or a caregiver or a teacher sees it, it really does sell itself. So we moved Fundanoodle about 2 years ago. We started shifting away from retail. We used to sell this product at Toys R Us, Target, other places, and we moved away from there and started focusing on developing the ambassador program. We did over a year's worth of research. We have 2 of our original pilot program ambassadors, Catherine Heckscher and Libby Bloomberg. One's here in Charlotte with me, and one's in Florida, that are still part of the program from the pilot. And during that pilot, we tested everything: how to sell it, who to sell it to, how would it work. And then we spent another 6 months, 9 months finding the right software provider so that all of our ambassadors could have a great back office and a replicated website, your own personalized website, and just kind of redesigned everything about our look and feel. And we launched in January of 2016. So is that 16 months? Something like that. Feels like 16 years at the time. But we launched the program then with the focus of attracting people who are passionate about early education. If you don't have to have a background in education, but if you're passionate about it, you see how important it is to get a 3 and 4 and 5-year-old excited about learning before they go to kindergarten, then this is a great program for you. We do have ambassadors who are teachers. We have ambassadors who are OTs. We have ambassadors who are homeschool moms. We have ambassadors who's never done direct sales before. We have ambassadors that walked away from big teams and other companies because they were really passionate about being a part of this, about being on the ground floor. So it's really across the board. You can sell the product in a typical direct sale fashion. We call them play dates. And they're exactly that. You go to someone's house, they invite their friends over, they bring their kids, they play with the product while you tell the moms all the wonderful, amazing things that are good, that are going on in that child's brain and in their body while they're using Fundanoodle. And that's the way we do our parties, because we want you to spend time with your kids and other people's kids, and we need people to be touching and feeling the product. We also have ambassadors that are growing their business specifically by calling on preschools and daycares in their local community and helping get this product into the hands, into classrooms. We have other ambassadors that are doing vendor shows or teacher training conferences, and some people that are doing a little bit of everything. But the coolest thing about our program is that you're not limited because we're startup. I think all the ambassadors will tell you we're very open to ideas from our field. We're very flexible, but also you don't have to feel like you have a specific quotas or criterias. You basically buy your kit and you have your $15 a month charge for your website, and that's it. It's up to you to make what you want of this business. Now, we give you all kinds of tools and resources. In fact, today we just launched a brand new training portal that is awesome. You get the benefit of a product that maybe only 16 months old in the direct sell space, but this product's been around and been used for over 5 years. So we've got tons of history and tons of information and tons of photos and marketing materials that are just really at your disposal to build the kind of business that you want to build. So right there, I'm just going to stop for a second and I'm going to look and see. Thanks. Hey, so Megan, both your kids, the scissors. Yes, the scissors are so awesome. Love, love, love the scissors. They're great because they just sell themselves. I mean, it's the coolest thing ever when you're doing a conference. That's the best way to get people to come to your table is you just stand by your booth and cut your hair constantly. Thanks, Stephanie. Awesome segue to the next, answering that question. We have 2 different kits right now because we are small and just getting started. We have about a total of 20 products, but then we've also started introducing bigger kits, gift services, all kinds of different fun stuff. So there's 2 kits. The one kit, we call it the senior level kit, and that is one of everything, or one of all the core, not everything, one of all the core products. So basically you get a big box It's got one of all of our core 20 products in it, as well as some catalogs and order forms, and a note from me, and then you're ready to host as soon as you get it, because you've got one of everything that people can touch and feel. That's $175. We have a second kit, it's a junior level kit. It's about half the number of products, so about 11, I think, in there. And it's a great sample. So we have a math line. So there's one book from the math line. We have our writing, which is, key to our program, our handwriting books, and there's one of those in that kit. And that one's $115. But guess what? Because you're here on live and you want to join, you have to be on live, and you make sure that you write your name here and showing me that you're here. We have a special just for the people who are live. And I have no idea if this is reversed, if you guys can see this the right way or not. I'm trying to watch myself over here. This is way too much going on. But if you were live with Fundanoodle, we are giving discounts off our Senior Ambassador kit, so our $175 kit. If you join by midnight this Sunday, so if you decide this is a great opportunity for you, and you join, and then you're going to email customer service, you'll get an email from them saying, hey, I was live, and we're going to double check and make sure you were live. And if you were, we're going to refund $40 back to your credit card if you join by May 7th. If you're not quite ready, you want to talk to some other ambassadors, you want to kind of feel out, and you need another week, that's cool too. We'll still give you a $30 refund off the senior kit if you join by May 14th. If you join by May 21st, that refund drops to $20, and by midnight at the end of the month, May 28th, that drops to $10. So definite, good for you being on. If you have any friends that are thinking about joining the live, tell them to come get on live before we stop talking tonight so that they can tag their name and you can get this discount. And I'll remind you guys again. And those of you ambassadors that are online, you may want to go to the Fundanoodle Facebook page, because we have this awesome closed group Facebook page. These women support each other like you would not believe. It is the most, it's the most wonderful group of people that I've ever been a part of. Literally, you can post a question and people will be right there to answer for you. It's really great. So if you're Summer or Zayjun or some of our other ambassadors that might be on right now, you just may want to go to that page, because I'm not going to go there right now, and say, hey guys, you better tell your people to get on live tonight if they want some discounts. Told you guys we'd have some flash sales, flash incentives this month, didn't I? So any other questions? Because I don't want to just talk. And you can probably hear this is our warehouse office, because okay, every Monday night we do a national sales call. So it's a webinar, and it's really just me being a talking head. So I'm really working hard to get other people to participate. And we do that kind of, through any meeting, and it's a great training way. It's that we introduce stuff there, we train, we do it every Monday night. And I always do it at home. And everyone knows my kids now because of that, even though it's late and they probably should be in bed, but not the teenager, and whatever. So tonight I decided, since I was exposing myself to people who do not know me at all, we were going to go hide at the warehouse office away from the kids. And then you probably hear we're close to the airport, so there's all kinds of background noise. Oh, that's awesome. I'm so glad you won our products. Was it a contest? Is it Priya? Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Priya, did you win them on our Facebook page, or did you win them somewhere else, if you even remember? But that's awesome. I'm so glad to see that. And that's one of the cool things some of our ambassadors have found. We're very, very young. We have about 140 active ambassadors right now. So there are several states, and I should have looked it up before this, but I lost track of time. There are several states where we have no ambassadors. There are big states, like California, where I think there's one, maybe two. That's a big state. We have a brand new single here. Okay, hopefully we're back. Try to see if we can fix that and get a hard connection in. Okay, we'll see if that works a little bit better. But you will find you may be the only ambassador. You think you're brand new, and then you start talking to people, and somebody may have actually found our product the times when they were in Target and fell in love with them and then didn't know where to find them. So there's people out there that know. Stacy, yes, you will be able to, everything will be there. Sorry about that. Somer or Sage, Somer, if you can go over to the event page and make a note for everybody to come to the main Fundanoodle page. Sorry about that. Tell you how clueless I am. I didn't even know that you could actually like do your live from the event page. Sorry about that. But yes, Stacy, it will be live. Glad you guys found it. Talk more about that's Trisha. It'll be here tomorrow. We'll have the video up, and we understand when 1-year-olds don't want to go to bed. Yes, they're there. And we'll review some of the stuff, Stacy, before. Stacy Williams, can you talk more about the materials that the ambassadors can use to advertise and market? What is paid for by the ambassador? Some companies require you to pay. Okay. So, yes, we do. Okay, there's a business supply area on our website that you can order, like, support things. So, catalogs. We have some ambassadors, and that's, one of the things, like, this is a good question, like, for you to connect with some of the other ambassadors who are live, or to go to our website and request more information or look up the ambassador in your area to talk to them. You get 10 catalogs and order forms in your starter kit. You're not required to buy anymore. We have PDFs of the catalog. We have great marketing materials that are out there for you to print off and use, however you want. So there's literally nothing that you're required to buy after you get your starter kit. The only requirement is we do have the small $15 a month service charge each month for the virtual office, the training portal, and your customizable website that you'll have. But it's not like you have to, sell $100 but you have to buy $100 worth of product every month. I mean, it's totally up to you, how you want to run this business. Because we have 5 years of photography, we literally share these drop boxes with you guys, this Dropbox link, and you can go and you can pull down pictures and materials and make your own. The Facebook group that I was talking about, the Facebook group that we have, our closed group for all of the current ambassadors, they are awesome about sharing something. So somebody will make something and they'll post it and make it available. The other thing we use is Canva, which is a free, an online free site, and we upload all of our marketing materials, like our incentive program each month and different things that we do. We upload that there, so you can pull those down and customize them as well. But that's all kind of given to you. And so hopefully I answered your question. If it didn't, ask again, Stacy. Thank you, Ashley. Welcome, Ashley. Ashley's one of our executive ambassadors who lives here in the Charlotte area. Actually just moved to Waxhaw. Thank you for posting on that. One of the things that if you went to where I guess I was supposed to be and I wasn't, you might have missed, but if you haven't typed your name, hey Raina, if you haven't typed your name in to tell us you're here, you need to do so, because if you decide to join us, we are giving discounts or refunds off the senior enrollment kit. We are giving those for the year, for the month. So if you missed the beginning, we have 2 kits. One kit's our senior kit. It's one of each of the core products, a set of catalogs and order forms. It's $175. And then we have a junior kit that's a sample of the products, catalogs and order forms, and it's $115. Now we're doing these discounts just off the senior kit because we really want you to have one of everything of the core products so you can hit the ground running. So if you've tagged, make sure you write your name over there on the side in the comments, tag, and then you join us by May 7th. And you're going to get an email saying, welcome to Fundanoodle. And then you're going to reply to that email and say, I was live on Facebook, and we'll double check. And if you were, then we're going to give you a $40 refund on your credit card. If you need till another week to make up your mind, that'll go down to 30, and then 20 the next week, and then 10. But being here tonight, so if you know anyone, I don't know how long we're going to actually be on here, if you know anyone, make sure that they come and tag themselves on the page. PDFs, download section, editable. some of the PDFs in the download section are editable from the pilot program. So when we did the original pilot program, a lot of the marketing materials we put together, we did them as editable PDFs. And then when we brought our new graphic designer on, she introduced us to Canva. And so now everything that we do is in Canva. And if you, Heather, if you search that Ambassador Facebook page, kind of search Canva, and that's one of the things that's going to be the links in the new training portal, you'll see a lot of the links that we've shared, and then in Canva, everything's editable. So Stacy, business cards banner, you pay for the printing. Yes, yes, and yes, you do. Thank you for saying that. We do have a, we just set up for your convenience. We have a corporate site on Vistaprint. So when you go to this corporate site for Vistaprint, we already have a template for business cards. We already have multiple banners that we've designed. We already have some postcards that you could buy to thank people for buying the product. Those are out there. They're designed, and then you can customize them, and then you just order them from Vistaprint and pay for them. But yeah, same thing. That yes, you print and do what you want to do for your business. That's all your responsibility. And like I said, people share, and you can always get design. Inspect new products. So we're kind of looking at new product in two different ways. So like brand new, something we don't have in our line right now. We're hoping to be able to launch something, later this year with that. Launching those products are kind of really tied to us getting larger with the ambassador base, because we have good inventory. I mean, we have great inventory on everything that we have. And so we're just kind of being prudent and making sure that we're growing accordingly. But we have 3 really strong ideas that are very close to just pulling the trigger on, and our goal is to get to a point that we're releasing product at least once, if not twice a year. But what you'll see that we do is we've taken our existing product, and based on feedback from the user, we kit them. We put them in kits. So for example, you can buy, I didn't even bring a set here. You can buy our muscle mover cards and our letter builder magnets and our writing book and our magnetic dry erase board. You can buy all those separately, or you can buy the uppercase letter, uppercase letter fun kit, and it gets all of that together in a really cool carry bag, and it's slightly discounted. So there's different kits that we've been introducing, as well as different ways to sell the product. And for example, we launched, we have a fundraising program. So we took 10 of our products kind of in a specific price range and products that do really well, and we kind of repriced them accordingly and repackaged them for, hold on 1 second. So we repackaged it for a fundraiser. So just like, we have some of these are really starting to happen, and we have a lot of our ambassadors that's been talking to PTAs and parents groups about this fall. So instead of having to sell candles or cookies or gift wrap, you can actually sell product that's going to help people. And this is a way they earn money. They earn cash money when they do this. We also launched a few months ago a gift services program. So we have a gift service program at each of our age levels, where a customer buys at one time, pays one time, and then the 15th of each month for the next 4 months, the child gets one of the products sent to them in the mail. So there's just different ways that we have been introducing new things, but the goal is, as we mature into the second year, that we'll start introducing new product 1 to 2 times a year. I hope that answered your question. New products. If I miss a question, tag it again. Anything else, or if my ambassadors who are on, if my ambassadors are on and you want to say anything that I should address. Let me think. Something fun. It's fun. That's the coolest part. I mean, like I said, kids love playing with this stuff. My favorite thing to see on our little closed Facebook page is when an ambassador gets her kit and she's like taking a picture of her kids like diving in, going, oh my gosh, look at all this cool stuff to play with. The other cool thing that we've kind of found is that after going through our first full year, is that it's really not as seasonal as you would think. Like I used to think, and again, when we sold at retail, there were pockets of the year that a retailer wanted to push it out. But I've been really surprised by the different months and the way things go, and some months being so much there, so different, months. And then the holiday season is great. Stacy, thanks so much for asking that question. So what you see on Amazon is just a residual from when we were a retail product. So like you can read my story on our website, so I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but I used to run this product line under a much larger company when we were a retail product. And so we were sold by places like Target and Toys R Us, but also by some distributors on Amazon. And 3 years ago, the company I worked for was going to kind of just shut this down because it wasn't, Toys R Us wasn't big enough for this company. But I said, whoa, wait a minute. Like I had seen firsthand with my own children and with my nephew who is on the spectrum, I had seen firsthand just the impact of the product. And I already had like 3 years of great data of the product. So I bought the company from them and spent time figuring out how do we best get this into the marketplace. So anything you're seeing on Amazon is either product we discontinued 2 or 3 years ago that we just completely probably before I bought it, just completely discontinued and they sold it off to overstock people, or it's people who still have product from back in our retail days. And most of those things you'll see on Amazon are like they have 1 left or 2, and then none of them, and I go through there pretty regularly, I can't say none. Most of them, almost all of them are old. It's old packaging. We redid the interiors on all of our activity books and on our writing book. And so the things out there are not the new, unless, unfortunately, we've definitely had people who have 1 product, or we've also had some people who we call kidnappers who bought our kits and then they go and sell it because they have a store on Amazon, and that we're trying to keep our eye on and try to shut down as much as possible. But overall, Amazon's not a competitor. That's pretty much gone there. Yes, of course. Up close, Stacy. Here we go. So just to give you the spiel, we introduced the letters easiest to write to hardest to write, and we use the red and green lines because kids universally understand that start and stop. And then we have our friend Max. And so Max is giving the instruction, and he's got a really cool little kid's voice and attitude. And when we do straight lines, we zip, and when we do diagonals, we zoom, and when we do curves, we buzz, and we hop around the page. So here is what a page looks like. You'll see with an L, this is the easiest letter to write, so we start here, and we start with our grids. The first line of grids, we just want the child to get the letter in the box, and then we introduce the start and stop. We feel really strongly that children should start writing the same size that they're going to write forever, and they can do it in this box. And then we move them into green and red, and then we take that away, and then we move them into the lines that they'll see in kindergarten. All of our books are top-bound spiral, all of them, so they lay flat, whether you're a lefty or you're a righty. There's no elbow pushing down. They all have these heavy board covers because we want a child to be able to work where they want to work. They want to work in the back of your car. They want to work at the kitchen counter. They want to work on the floor. They can do that. And all but like our cutting book and our cursive book have these gorgeous, beautiful reward stickers. Again, it's another visual reference point. It makes it more fun. And it's also another motor skill activity to peel and place these stickers. So you'll find, we've heard over and over, that we did a very good job, very thoughtfully kind of laying out the entire program and the products, and you'll just see, different nuances in all of them. Okay, please do more up close. Yes, and you guys, if you, and I would highly recommend those of you that are ambassadors, like tag yourself so people know where you live, and if they live near you and kind of want to reach out. Any other specific questions for me or things that you can think about? One thing is we do, like I said, our fiesta. So we have actually had our very first conference which is super exciting. It was back in February, which was our 1-year anniversary. We started late January, so we consider February our anniversary. And we held the fiesta here in Charlotte over a weekend period, and it was just fabulous. We are getting ready to announce the next one coming up pretty soon, and it'll be in February. They're always going to be in February. We're looking at that first weekend in February every year. And it's just a great way. It was a great learning opportunity, great sharing, great information. It was just a wonderful weekend. So we do continue to do that. My goal personally this year, as we and unfortunately, like the years, all of a sudden it's May, but my goal personally is to start doing some traveling to where we have pockets of ambassadors who are really moving the needle and making a difference. And so that looks like a Midwest kind of swing for me, probably in the late summer, early fall, to head out to Ohio, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, that area, where we just have, a lot of growth there. So we do have that in place. Like I said, everybody's super supportive, but we still have, I'm still very active. I am very active in the Facebook group and trying to answer questions. We've moved out of our kind of founding ambassadors, and so everybody who joins now does join on someone else's team. So we are really trying to continue to put a lot of training into our team leaders so that they become the first point of reference. So if you as an ambassador have a question, we have this amazing training portal that we just launched that's going to kind of be the hub of all our information. But also, you will hopefully be signing up under, someone that is really going to help you too as well. So we're really starting to build out those teams. We do fun incentives like people love our Fundanoodle Yeti Cup, and every once in a while we use that as an incentive as well, kind of flash sales. So we like to do some fun things, and we're hoping we'll be launching more of a store for some apparel things and tchotchke type items for the ambassadors to buy if they want to buy as well. But one of you were asking, some of our folks have already designed their own car magnets and their own vinyls and are starting to do that as well. So it's a good mix of people who are bringing direct sales experience to the table and people who are new to direct sales and have not done it before. So anybody else have any questions? I can jump in or stuff. I'm trying to think. We talk about all this stuff all the time. So thinking about starting. So now is actually an awesome time to get started for a couple reasons. One, you're hitting kids, preschool and pre-K graduations are coming up, and our products, especially the gift services piece, is really a great gift for a grandparent or a mom or somebody to buy for their child, because especially this time, they're going to get these gifts over the summer. May's a great time to start talking to parents about stocking up on having things to do on those hot days in the summer, or when you're in the car or on the airplane. Sejun can share pictures of her little learner on trains in New York and trains in Hong Kong, and working his books all the time, and she carries her stuff around all the time as a conversation starter. Also, it's a great time if you are looking at wanting to join and focus your business on school systems and working with school systems. This is a great time because schools are either spending down money before the end of the year so that they'll get that budget back, and now's the time to start scheduling meetings for the summer, because at least here in our area, most budgets kind of come back up in July. So it really is, an ideal time of the year, and then you can really get yourself going before the fall, which is insane. Like literally back to school through Christmas is just super busy time of year. And let me check some of our, do we run specials or party incentives? Yeah, the answer to both of those is yes. So we do, each month we try to run a consumer special. So this month, all of our Max and Alfie activity books. So we have 3 of these. There's 3 levels, just so you guys know. The orange level is our preschool level. We kind of say that's our 3-4 level. The blue level here is our level 2, which is kind of our pre-K, pre-KK 4, 5, and then green level 3 is our 5, 6, K1. And so we have math books, activity books, and all these levels. So this month, all of these are 15% off. And that's an automatic discount from the shopping cart or from the party order. You don't have to do anything with that. But then above them, and then we always have like in recruiting incentives and then ambassador sales incentives. And then above that with the party, that's one of the great things that you would see on our Facebook page. Everybody kind of shares different things. We do a lot of incentives tied around product credits. So it's kind of like having cash in hand. And one of the things that I see people use our product credits for when they earn those, they use them to buy gift certificates, or to buy product to give to a hostess or to give away at a play date, or they use them for gift certificates. And speaking of that, before I go to another question real quick, we do have a fast start bonus. The commission structure and the fast start bonus are laid out on the website, and I gave the link up at the beginning when we first started. But we have a fast start program, and if you join us and in your first kind of full 3 months, you have a chance each month. So if you have $500 in personal volume in that month, you get, in addition to your commissions, you get a $50 product credit automatically put into your system. And then there's additional product credits based on if you recruit people who get their fast start bonuses kind of in that period. And the reason we do it at $500 that you want to hit $500 each month in those first 3 months is because that gets you your first promotion. And at a high level, you can go, because this is the part that like gets confusing for everybody, because I think it just does unless you're a master in direct sales compensation plans, which I don't have, but I found really smart people who did, and she's awesome, and they came to the table and helped us out. But you start out as a junior ambassador, and you make 20% commission from day one. So that's anything that comes through your website, that's all your parties, that's any of your events. Anything that you do, 20% commission on that. When you order a personal order through your virtual office, you automatically get those at 20% off because your commissions, you get a discount on those and your commission's out. As soon as you hit $1,500 in personal volume, you may do that your first month. You may take you 9 months to do that. But whenever you hit it, you get promoted to ambassador, and you jump to a 25% commission level, and you stay there. You cannot be demoted. You cannot drop back. Once you get there, you're there. And then the growth of your compensation plan is tied to not only your performance, kind of that $500 a month is where a lot of the programs and the bonuses kick in, but then that's where it's important to have the team members on your team and that you're growing your team to get your downline and bonus and your downline incentives. Any month that you have over $2,000 in personal volume, you automatically get paid 30% commission on that as just a reward incentive for that jump. So that's a high level, but like I said, go to the link at the very first comments and you can dig around and look at the incentive program. And I'll back up to get all these questions. Asked about specials. Stacy, do you need to get graphics used in parties approved before use? Also, any weird use about using? Okay. So we're not that big yet. we don't have like our policy and procedures documents about like, and I think Stella and Dots is like that big. But anyway, you don't have to get them approved. No, I mean, we would love for you to share them and vet them, and people do all the time. But no, there's no like check the box, get that approved at this time. The only thing that we say with your Facebook page and with stuff is like make sure your name and or your location is tied into it as well. Like we don't dictate what it has to be. Same thing with the Gmail account that you set up. Same thing with what you call your website. When you sign up, your website by default is going to be myfundanoodle.com/ whatever your ambassador number is. But you go in and you can customize that homepage and you can customize that URL. So we have some ambassadors that have thriving blogs, and so they tie the two together. And we have some people that come up, with their own names and stuff. Fundanoodle name, like Fundanoodle Libby and Fundanoodle something. That's very popular, and that's awesome. But you'll see different things. Some people tie their passion. Some of our ambassadors have kids with special needs, and they have found us because these products work for kids regardless of where you are on your developmental piece, on your spectrum. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. Kids love this stuff, and it works for everyone. And we have some ambassadors that have tied to that passion. So that's really, you know, up to you. At this point, I mean, probably soon we'll have to get a little stricter with that, but at this point, nobody's done anything bad. And so right now, no one's getting their hands slapped, and it's all good. No, there is, okay, Paula, that's a great question. Here's one thing to think about, and this is great for you guys if you're thinking now. If you sign up today, May doesn't count as a month. You get like this entire month, like to do nothing. I mean, so not to do nothing, but May doesn't count. So that means if you signed up today, this month really doesn't count, and then you get another month grace period before you start getting charged the $15. You get a full month of grace before we start charging you the $15. So if you signed up today, you wouldn't get charged the $15 until July 1st. So the earlier in the month you sign up, the better for everything, because you kind of get that month. And also the cool part is if you sign up today and you don't hit $500 in May, that doesn't matter, because you still have June. May and June are considered like lumped together your first starting month. We don't really count the month you sign up in any of the way those bonuses are laid out. So that's one good thing, is you do get that grace period up front with that. And then on the flip side, you're not terminated immediately by any stretch of the imagination. We've had even some of our best ambassadors all of a sudden have a different credit card, and like we process it on the first of the month and it doesn't happen. You get an email notification, and the only thing is that your virtual office and your website is shut down until you pay it. So we give everybody 60 days grace on that before you're terminated. So for example, if somebody, when we ran on May 1st, if an ambassador we weren't able to charge their credit card, they have it's a 30-day grace, not 60. They have until the June 1st, and if we can't run it again, if we can't run the credit card twice, then that's an automatic termination from there. But then if there's, we've had some issues with some folks that we've worked with that have just had a baby or have had some sickness and we kind of work with you on that too. But hopefully that helped, Paula. 100-degree summer days, Fundanoodle's perfect for that. And there's some just perfect to have on the inside, getting them busy. Right, homeschoolers are. We've been at multiple homeschool conferences over the past few months, and they've just been amazing. We had Heather and Selmer in Ohio, just did a big one in Ohio. A whole team out in North Carolina just did a big one in South Carolina. I think there's several coming up. Raina's got some. I mean, there's lots of homeschool conferences happening right now, so totally homeschool is a good time. Do the products cater above the kindergarten level? Well, we say it's K1, especially when you get into like this book, which I love. This is our I Can Write Stories book. So this book is really getting into content, and we have a great blog out there that one of our ambassadors, Heidi in Wisconsin, wrote because her husband was looking at this book, and he's like, this book is awesome for the basis of coding. This is the way a child's going to think when they start coding. So we have these. We have one book that goes above our K1 level, and that's our cursive book. And we did this book for 2nd grade and up because we wanted to round out the handwriting program. And again, you'll see we're following our same kind of guidelines, but instead of horizontal, we go vertical. We start with lowercase. We got rid of some of the cartoony looking pictures and put more facts in. But as of now, and I have learned to never say never, but as of now, our goal is to stay in this 2.5 to 6-year-old space, because we want every product we design to have an impact on fine motor and gross motor and visual perception development, as well as foundational learning. You know, and when you start getting up and above the kindergarten piece is when you get into curriculum and it gets funny and weird and competitive. But what we have found, whether it's, we've designed these products so that they're so easy for parents to use. There's no intimidation whatsoever. It's fun and they get it. And they're also what I call them, these are products for the teacher tool belt. This is what the teacher puts in their tool belt and they pull out for that challenging child, or they can pull out, you know, for everybody. The other reason that me personally, am really, really passionate about staying focused on this age level is because, as we all know from our baby center email we got when our baby was growing up and our milestones, the brain is wired to develop these motor skills in that age group from that 2.5 to 6. That's when the brain is telling the fingers and the hands and the eyes, hey, learn this, learn how to hold something really tiny, learn how to button, learn how to zip, learn how to tie. That's when the brain's ready. And as you get more to 6 and older, the brain has a lot of other stuff it has to focus on, and it doesn't focus on that as much. And right now, we are raising a generation of kids who the brain's saying, hey, go make these hands strong. And the kids are like, what? What? And they're in their strollers with their mom's phone. They're not using them. And so the brain's going ballistic up here. And that's why you're seeing kids, they fidget and they fiddle. The brain's like, please use your hands, please use your hands, please use your hands. But the kid's sitting there in front of an iPad or a computer or a TV screen. So we are on a mission to educate. I mean, kindergarten teachers, preschool teachers, they get it. We don't have to educate them. We just have to like say, hey, look at this really cool stuff we have. Parents, there's a lot of parents we have to educate. We have to educate the parent that will not let their child have a pair of scissors because they worry about it. We have to educate the sister. I mean, I just saw Raina's amen sister, and I was like, we have to educate the sister. Yeah, we have to educate the mom that they have to give the kids these. And look, because it's not going to do anything and it's not going to hurt anything, but the child's going to be able to sit there and learn how to cut on it. Then we sit there and we're like, oh, right. Give them these, leave them out, let them go cut whenever they want to cut. They'll think it's fun and they'll be building what is a very important skill for their long-term educational success. So again, long way to say, Stacy, sorry to go off on my soapbox there. I'll never say never, but I feel very strongly about where I want this company to stay and grow so we can continue that mission, because it's really only getting worse right now. Yes, early intervention, super important. We know that. That's great. No, Trisha, not at this time. Kind of what I just at this time. No, I mean we do. I don't have the. We do get into some math, but not now. I would say one of the next things one of the things that's like right there on the wings in terms of our product development is we do want more manipulatives in our math side, because all of our manipulatives are mostly tied right now to letters and to writing. So I think one of the things that we've seen recently, and as you know, like our pounding kit, we originally designed that kit to just be in the preschool world. But when we added the letters and the number pounding pages, and because there's so many kids who go to kindergarten and they don't have the hand strength they need, all of a sudden that pounding kit started moving up and having a place at the table for the 4-year-old and the 5-year-old and the 6-year-old. So I think our math kits will end up, you know, as we put those together, they'll have opportunity to kind of go up. But in terms of the workbooks, probably not at this point, just kind of what I would say. We want to stay where we can be the experts in versus kind of get diluted. Now, like I said, never say never. And like, you know, when we have 5,000 ambassadors and 500 products, probably, yeah, we might go up in there and do some other stuff. But, you know, right now we know what our mission is and we know what we're here to do and what we're passionate about. And so we'll focus there. Yes, magnets for numbers is something we definitely want to do. Yes, Lindy, it's great. You guys can see even on our Facebook page, our ambassador moms and folks, they just leave these out. Get a big plastic tin and fill it up with like your old Christmas cards and the paint chips you get from Lowe's, and just leave it there and let your kids cut all day long. So Where do I see Fundanoodle in the next 2 to 3 years? Well, in the next 2 to 3 years, we should be, in the multiple thousands of ambassadors, and should definitely have already launched or being prepared to launch in Canada. That'll be our next move out of the U.S. There's a link on our website where people can fill out for information when we're ready to expand, and we have a large following in Canada. I think before we have ambassadors there, we'll start shipping there and letting it be an opportunity for our current ambassadors. I don't want to put a number on where I think our products will be, because one of the things that we've learned in doing this is that we're a different kind of direct sales company, and it's not about you're going to build. Your job as an ambassador is going to build relationships with channels and with, do things that keeps you in front of a young audience. And so unlike other direct sell companies where you build your customer base and then you hit them every month with a new product or every quarter, this is different. You build relationships here, and you start with somebody with a 3-year-old and you sell them through the line, and then they tell their friends and you sell them through the line. Or you find the shows in your area that's constantly bringing, whether it's a spring festival or a teacher training that's bringing the people, to you, because there's always a 3-year-old. There's always somebody turning 3 and ready to start, working with the products. So let me check real quick. Yeah, we do. Canada, one day. Yeah, I don't know. Summer's always going down to 2, but yeah, I always say 3. Every day somebody turns 3, but they turn 2 as well. These have been great questions. Like I said, we will leave this up. This is going to be up. Just a reminder, if you've been watching and you didn't tag in, because once we shut this down, those are the only people that have the opportunity to kind of take advantage of this, of our discount that we're going to offer for the folks who joined this month and were on live with us. So, let's see. Stacy, thank you so much. I'm glad you guys have joined us. Yeah, Heather, I totally understand with the kids. So the replay will be out. I'll just close this saying, if you haven't had a chance to go to Fiesta or do a different thing or get to know me, like you just saw what you saw tonight. But this I have done a lot and risked a lot to make sure that this product didn't go away, and to make sure that we were able to continue to provide this product to our community. And I have known for years, it just took a while to get there, that doing the direct sell model was the exact way to do it. Because not only are we empowering kids, we're all kids, but not only are we empowering kids to enjoy learning, to engage them young, to build up the muscles they need, to get them excited about school, we also empower moms. And we get to now empower moms 2 ways. The first way is we get to empower moms. You get to see, when you do this business, you get to empower a mom who might be struggling about helping her child. You get to empower a mom who might be lost, who just got told she needs an OT referral, or she's been trying to teach her kid how to write the letters and he can't do it. And you get to empower her to help her child. And that's a really awesome feeling. But the other thing we get to do is we get to empower women to start their own businesses however they want to start it. At this point in the game, we don't put a lot of rules out there. We're giving you a lot of guidelines to stay in the middle of, but we want you to find who you are. We call it self-selection. You might be a social butterfly. If you're a social butterfly, you're going to have a lot of play dates. You're going to think that's really fun to meet new moms and to have them invite you into their house and play with their kids. And you're going to love being the play dates. You might be kind of shy or housebound right now, or, so you're going to figure out social media. Facebook is doing a great thing by giving us this live piece, because you can do these live play dates online. One of our ambassadors just did one with Skype. It was so cool. Like, she literally, the mom was in a different state and had her friends and their kids over, and the kids were just playing, and our ambassador was on Skype demoing the products. So you can go that route. You may be what we call a teacher at heart, whether you've got a degree and you teach in the classroom, or you used to, or whether you just have a passion for it. You know what? You might do a lot of building of your business by using our products to tutor kids, starting summer camps. Things might be slow in the summer from a sales perspective, but you can do camps, and you have these great tools at your disposal to do camps or different kind of programs. And then you might be what we call ready to hit the pavement, like pound it out. We definitely have some folks who have raised their hand and says, I'm doing this full time now. This is what I'm focused on. I get what it looks like to be first in, when you're first in on something. And those folks are calling on daycares and preschools and, like, doing lots of play dates and vendor shows and kind of doing a little bit of everything. But the cool part is you get to self-select where you want to be in that space here. And there's a lot of support for you regardless what you pick. But being a part of something that really, really does change lives. You hear that a lot with other direct sell companies. You can change lives with beauty and with skincare and with weight loss, and you totally can. But this is changing the life of a child, and sometimes changing the life of their mom, because their mom was so frustrated until you came along. So that's how I feel about what we're doing. I've been blessed beyond belief to attract some amazing leaders who have joined us and have just jumped in with both feet and are doing great things. And it's really the sky's the limit to what we can do. So I would love for you to join us. And if you have any questions, you can keep typing them in during the replay, and we'll make sure we go back and look at those. At all. So anything else? Not. Thanks, guys. Have a great night. I hope to see some of you soon sign up as ambassadors, and especially if you're like in the North South Carolina area. That's really cool, because I'm here and I love getting involved and doing stuff with the folks around this area. So thanks again. Have a great night.